much, Dušan. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, friends, good afternoon. My task is to moderate a roundtable on innovation journalism and in the European Union and the role of the media. And after all has been said already, it's very difficult to add much more on this. So let me start with a simple suggestion. Let's check now, because the only thing that we haven't done so far is that we didn't communicate enough, I think. And so this suggestion doesn't come out just because my job will become a little easier. I mean, I take the responsibility for the questions anyway. But I think that at this point we have had so many good inputs that we really can develop a debate. And I will start with some clues, with some hints and guidelines, and then I'll move on to present our guests who will help me to develop the debate. Let me start with a simple notion that after all these speeches, I think we all agree that the media have a very specific and critical role with regard to innovation, because they can help creating the right environment so that innovation happens. Mr. Norfors used a nice graph titled Triple Helix. Then Violeta came and she had an even more complicated graph with the title Innovation Space. I mean, Mr. Norfors only had 3 clouds, and I counted how many clouds Violeta had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then some 3 layers of fundament. So, as you see, things can get very complex. So let's explore this environment that is so critical, and its components, and let's find out how the media can help establish bonds and among different parts of these the right innovation environment or innovation systems, if we like. The guests that I'm going to present to you in a minute are actually all distinguished representatives of different parts of innovation ecosystems or innovation environments, and I would ask them what actually they do in their growth. But one more hint. I'm convinced after these speeches that these environments should be turned into communities, and the media should, the role of the media and the role of journalists and editors is actually to create communities. A community, with regard to our need for this discussion, is certainly a group of people who share the same values, and it's a group of people where we as individuals seek our esteem, we seek our recognition, we measure our success against these predetermined values. If we don't have appropriate environments, and obviously this is the gap that we are talking about, perhaps we should do something about it. Okay, and then now I'm going to show you some pictures. I hope this works. Yeah. You all know what this is, right? This is the title of the largest general daily in Slovenia. It is called Delo. In English it means labor. And I would like to ask you, how many sessions or news beats. Mr. Norfors used this term, right? Yeah. How many sections do you think this newspaper has? 5, 10, 20? 10. I can tell you it's more than 20. If you go on the internet, you'll find. Just to imagine things better. Where would you read about innovation? Which page would you turn to when you read data? Okay. Dusan showed The Economist. I'm sure you all read The Economist, at least from time to time. So this is a very practical example. And these are the two covers of The Economist. I'm sure Dusan will agree with me that The Economist is one of the most conservative newspapers, also from the journalistic point of view. We all are convinced that it's the same today as it was 25 years ago and it was 100 years ago. Very traditional. Nevertheless, if we look at the cover on the right, the battle for the Turkish soul, what is on the agenda? It's a hot topic in international politics. And if we look on the left, it's something else, something much closer to innovation, right? It's a very different agenda. So, the editors obviously use the cover very much. And so, even though we think of The Economist as something that has the same structure for all its periods of existence, it actually changes under the surface. This is the table of contents. Yeah, this is their structure. But you will find places, even though we think they are the same all the time. You find places where innovation is taught, is discussed. They even have technology quarterly. It's very. I try to read a few times. It's very long, so I would agree with Mr. Norfors. There's still some job to do, but still. Here we have politics and business. Yeah, very traditional, but obviously through the traditional structure of the newspapers or the magazine, the innovation topics are popping up. Yeah, it is different. Then another picture. When I was looking for a good example to show you, I actually found out some advertising. Can you imagine something more boring than a Swiss insurance company? This is an advertisement published earlier this week in International Herald Tribune. In my conviction, the most globalized daily newspaper, the global edition of the New York Times, and this Swiss insurance company, it's a positioning advertisement, and they position themselves as an institution that is capable of pursuing change and be there before it actually happens. This is a company called Areva. And another bank. What do they do? See, here they say something about it, that they are innovative. They are proud to be innovative. Very interesting. So, to conclude these starting remarks, ask yourselves what you read, and do you think that you participate in the innovation society through what you read or what you contribute in any other way?